Yes.
Hello, hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what you guys are about to hear, and give it a round of applause for everyone who's performed so far, by the way. For the parents in the audience, there will be some cussing. I apologize in advance. I mean no disrespect. That's why my parents don't go to my shows. They hear me recorded, so that's enough of a show for them. All right. I'm going to perform the first and the last song on my upcoming debut album, Catharsis. This first song was written when I first got clean, a little over a year ago. And I was making transitions in my life, but I was still very angry and, what's a good word for it? Bitter, I guess. I suppose I get a little bitter each and every day. So I just wanted, the first and the last song are two completely polar opposites. The album is a concept album to show my progression through the year and change that I've been clean. So without further ado, welcome to one of the most dark songs I've ever written. Get this out of my way too. Kill them with kindness and your favorite set of knives. I'm on the warpath now with no chemicals in sight. My head is a party, it's getting crowded in here. So let's switch out the music and change up the atmosphere. You're in the back of the bus, I'm at the front of the line. You're all fucked up and I am doing just fine. But I've got tunnel vision and you're out of sight. So fuck who you are, you just became one of my lines. I infected this definitely damaged dark dialogue of deceit that creeps in your dreams when you sleep and makes you scream. I am the purveyor of all your wildest dreams and fantasies, so don't think I won't take a machete to your opinion of me. Sit down, motherfucker, you think I care what you think? You're expendable just like the rest, I'll throw your ass out to the kitchen sink. You wanted to experience the darkness within me? You just put a suicide bomber in the fucking pilot sea. People have always told me the living world's the best revenge. Well, this whole album's about the laundry list of shit that I can't say. You're just like no god. I guess Armando's pissed off again. Bitch, I've been pissed off since I was in fucking kindergarten. I have no filter, do you have a problem with that? Fuck it to thine own self, be true, that's why I got that tat. I say what I want to say and my psychologist promotes that facts. The psychotropics can't even quite the angst that I have. Yeah, 40 milligrams of G, it all will keep me sane on the outside. But on the inside, the devil and God are having a fucking bar fight. And whoever wins is the product of whether I'm clean or not. So far, I'm an atheist, though, so neither side has one thought. You say I'm not a rapper, you say I'm not a poet. But what the fuck are you? I haven't seen you show it. You say I'm not a rapper, you say I'm not a poet. But what the fuck are you? I haven't seen you show it. That provokes me to rap. I invoke the spirit of William Burroughs, but without the smack. That's not to say that I've never been known to take it down. Shit, I made mine a whole gram and chill out, I was bad. I know I've got problems, 100 for every one of yours, but I turn functioning and dysfunction into a chore. But people like me always keep coming back for more, so I make sure to close all my windows and lock all of my doors. I got this schizophrenic personality, I never knows where it's at. In a fragile mental state, always on alert not to crack. I want that ketamine drip and back on the green tea fix. It's nice to wake up in the morning and not feel like shit. Quitting was the easy part, maintaining it is a trip. But if I were back on that shit, you wouldn't be hearing this mix, cause you couldn't get me out of bed with the jaws of life, unless it were the piss shit, score and get high. But I'm all about the struggle, it inspires the words that I write. I'm maybe a sadistic asshole, but I'm doing alright. I might be manic as fuck, but I'm more barking than bite. But if you're gonna talk down to me, you better get your facts right. I don't call you a hater, I call you a lesser form of life, cause you're a parasite that feeds off other people's plight, just to overcompensate for the emptiness you feel inside, and a constant resurgence of feelings of spite. But I share that struggle with you, we're fellow soldiers in this fight. I speak for those who haven't found their way to the light, because I was on that same path and I didn't like where it led. Being strung out of my mind with not a thought in my head. But now I've got the present in the present. It's like I found the essentials of ecstatic essence. But that still doesn't stop my thought process from being demented. But I am who I am, so you better respect it. This next song is the closing song on my album and the most recent song I wrote. I'm at a stage in my life where I have a year, 2 months, and some amount of days under my belt. And I mean, I'm 21 going on 22 next week, so I feel like I've lived through 40 years worth of life already, but I do my best with what I have, I suppose. And this song is basically about staying positive and using any, using any like bad things that happen to you in your life as to give you momentum and push you forward rather than lead you 10 steps backwards. So here is I Used to Be a Shadow, which if someone there can model that t-shirt for me. I'm selling t-shirts because it's going to be my single that is actually going to apparently get some radio play, I hear, so thank you for modeling it. So t-shirts are for sale. I have free demos that I'm giving out, my first 2 EPs that I released, and stickers for sale. Stickers are $1, t-shirts are $25. I didn't make that many t-shirts, which is why they're so expensive, but yeah. Oh, and by the way, I make all my own music and write all my own lyrics, just to clarify things. I used to be a shadow, a figment of morose. I carried all this anger and it burdened my repose. I used to hate the world for the shit it put me through. But now that I've thought it over, I have a different point of view. That maybe all this suffering and pain that I've accrued is the catalyst to my happiness, to set my spirit anew. And maybe I'm supposed to write and speak these words as true, to help others find the light when their life is doom and gloom. I didn't find God, I found the cracks in my facade, and I cracked them wide open and it left my world in awe. I made amends with every single one of my flaws and see them as beautiful reasons for applause. But it's not about reception, it's all about perception. It's how you perceive the problem that'll help you find the solution. It's about accepting your past and learning to live in the present, and having the proper etiquette and courage to refine your methods. It's about being happy with what other people have to offer, and appreciating life without the need to alter. Mind and place, time and space, no need for a glazed look in your face, but I understand the reason for your need to escape. Cause I felt that pain too, it kept my heart, black and blue, bruised with an attitude and addiction gaining altitude. But the higher that I got, the further that I fell. No need to explain now, you heard the story yourselves. I used to think I was invincible, but I was just invisible. But now I'm exposing to the world the message needing to be heard. Cause we need to use our words and not just sit back and observe, while humanity cries for change and is quieted by the blame game. I see a world in pain without that knowledge to embrace on how to stay sane or even get through the day without that bottle or syringe. We all deserve that one friend who calls us out on our shit and doesn't let us get away with it. But what if we got that friend and multiplied it by 10? Or how about 100? Yeah, I'm talking about mutual aid. It's one thing that I've learned, it's that we all really need each other to help us reach our goals rather than fighting one another. I'm tired of people putting me down and kicking me while I'm on the ground, so I use these words to lift myself up and give the rest of the world a little shove. Cause we all use a pick me up. The world is a half full cup that has been waiting for us to come along and fill it up. So here I stand, a changed man, an artist with a plan, who is not afraid to stand and make his own demand. This time we stop playing the part of the victim and play the part of the hero. Cause this was my story to tell about my long road out of hell. Thank you, everybody, and thank you to the wonderful Beatrice, who is featured on that track. And thank you to David for recording.
Yeah.